Hello everyone. The term firearm or guns. This word is not new. We all are familiar. In variety of media, television, serials, web series, even in reality, we have observed this firearm and guns. But here, the video is all about how they evolve. What in today's time we are observing the gun in television, that is not the first gun. Actually, they evolve and modify from the older time guns. So this is about them. I am Ujwala and welcome to the channel UM Science. Here, in variety of cases, generally in criminal cases, in case of murder, suicide, homicide and too many cases, we have observed variety of gun, and here we are going to focus on how this gun were modified and evolved. So the history of the gun. Before that, in all these cases, they evolved from the term forensic science. The forensic science is a basic science which deals with the crime and criminal. It has too many area of subject, but the main subject, that is forensic ballistic, which deals with the firearm and gun. Here, historical timeline of the development of modern weapons starting at 1364 with the first recorded use of firearm. So it was started from 1364, but at ending in 1892 with the introduction of automatic handguns, it was like that. So first, let us see. In 1364, the first recorded use of firearm were there. Afterwards, in 1380, first handguns are known across the whole Europe area. But then after, in 14th, the first matchlock gun appears. It looked like this, where a small thread were there. When we just ignite it, it starts burning and it reaches to the black powder or whatever ammunition filled inside will be burned, which pressure the projectiles, that is maybe piece of glasses, stones, etc. They will get pressure and push outside, and then it will strike to the object. Here, before, the matchlock guns were fired by holding a burning wick to a touch hole in a barrel, igniting the powder inside. A shooter uses one hand for firing and a prop to steady the gun. The first device or lock for mechanically firing a gun is a matchlock. Powder is held in a flash pan and ignited by a wick or a match in the movable clamp. That's why it is called matchlock gun. Both hands remain on a gun, vastly improving aim. Early matchlock guns are extremely rare, but the matchlock shows here was made around 1640 and is typically of the muskets used by militia in colonial America. Then comes in 1498, it was rifling principle is discovered. Then after, the gun, the whole cylindrical structure known as barrel, contained the rifling, that is grooving inside. So in 40 we have learned about the matchlock gun. Then in 1509, it invention of wheel lock gun, where it is also known as rose lock. The next major advance, the wheel lock generate a spark mechanically. With no wick to keep lit, a wheel lock is easier to use and more reliable than the matchlock because it was improvised. However, wheel locks are expensive to produce and matchlock at half the cost remain the common use. This is an early multi-shot wheel lock pistol made for Emperor Charles IV to 5. In this weapon, two locks are combined in one mechanism to give each barrel separate ignition. So both the barrel can shoot from one gun. Then after, in the year 1540, rifling appears in firearms. In 1607, settlers arrived in Jamestown, Virginia. And then in 1630, the first true flintlock appears in the market. Here, the flintlock solved a long-standing problem. Sometime in the late 15th, a lid was added to the flash pan design. To expose or protect the powder, the lid has to be moved manually. So with the help of hand, we can move it. The flintlock mechanism was designed to push back the lid and spark the flint at the same time. So here in the figure also, as you observe, the upper short hammer-like structure were there. That was just to strike the gunpowder. The flintlock ignition system remained for 2 centuries with virtually no alteration. Then the flintlock picture here is a typically British brown bass musket. Marks on the gun indicate that it was used by German mercenaries during the American Revolution. After which, in the year 1637, there was first use of firearm, that it was in proof marks. So then after, in the next year, that is 1750 to 1850, the for long period of time, the dueling pistol come into fashion. It was look like this. Around 1750, men stopped carrying rapiers and guns became the weapon of choice for the duel. Various guns were used until a true dueling pistol was officially standardized in 1777 as a 9 or 10-inch barreled, smooth-bore flintlock of 1-inch bore carrying a ball of 48 to the pound. Here, often lavishly decorated, the pistols are made until dueling falls out of favor in the mid-18th. The pair of 1786 flintlock pistol was made with ivory stocks and unusually elaborate decorative details, as we can see over here. After that, in 1776, American Revolution were there. In 1807, a percussion detonating principle patented. In 1825, percussion cap gun were generally in use. In 1830, the back action lock appears. Then after in 80s, in 1835, the first Colt revolver come in existence. That was a great revolution. Samuel Colt developed the first mass-produced multi-shot revolving firearm. That's why it was also known as Colt revolver. Various revolving designs had been around for centuries, but precision parts could not be made with available technologies. Here Colt was the first to apply industrial age machinery tools to the area. And the idea, the mass production made the gun affordable. Reliability and accuracy made a Colt a favorite of soldiers and frontiersmen. The Colt depicted is a third model Dragon percussion revolver. A Colt with such lavish decoration and gold inlay is extremely rare, because as per the use and as per the fantasy of variety of people, they may make the gun with a material like gold, silver, sometimes diamond also. In 1840, guns began to use pin fire cartridge, that was type of bullet or the capped part of the bullet, and 1847 the telegraph was invented. Then after, the year comes of 1850, where true shotgun were in common use. In the second half of the 18th century, musket design branched out. This period produced a number of single-purpose firearms, where the forerunner of modern shotgun was the fowling piece, developed specifically for hunting the birds. Among the upper classes, fowling was a leisure sport. The fowling pieces for a very affluent were often lovely work of art, but impractical for hunting. Then the next year, in 1854 to 56, the Crimean War was there, the last war to use only muzzle-loaded guns. And then after, in 1859, the first full rim-fire cartridge come in existence. Then after, in 1860, it was about this Spencer repeating carbine patented. Because of its mechanism, the repeating mechanism, it is called Spencer repeating carbine. Introduced at the start of a civil war, Spencer repeating guns were technically advanced. Used cartridges were in the recent development and could fire 7 shots in 15 seconds. Just imagine. But the army did not want a repeating gun, fearing that soldiers would fire more often, constantly need fresh ammunition, and overtax the supply system. So that they just place it otherwise. But in 1863, President Lincoln test fired a Spencer for the first time. His approval led to the purchase of 1,07,372 Spencer repeating carbines and rifles, and the Spencer became the principal repeating gun for the Civil War. Then, in the year 1863, now it was more advanced and modern, but here it was breech-loaded gun in common use. From 1861 to 65, American Civil War was there. Both breech and muzzle-loaded gun were used over here. In 1862, the Gatling gun was invented. In 1869, the center fire cartridge were introduced. Then 1870 to 1871, the Franco-German War was there. Breech-loaded guns were more dominant in that war and that time. And last, in 1871, first cartridge revolver were there for the invention. Now comes 1873. During that year, Winchester rifle were firstly introduced. The Winchester rifles were affordable and produced in such great numbers that the Winchesters became the generic rifle. The Winchester had such a powerful hold in some regions that it actually became known as the gun that won the West. Not only that, in 1887, Winchester came out with their first repeating shotguns. The next major milestone for Winchester came in 1993, when the company introduced the first automatic rifle that would become widely used. After that, in the year 1876, Gloucester defeated at Little Bighorn. 1877, first effective double-action revolver were there, not the single, the double-action revolver. 1879, Lee box magazine patented. And now comes about the very modern handguns, that is in 1892. From 1892, it is coming in their modernization, updating and all. It was advent of automatic handgun. The first automatic pistol was created by Joseph Leumann in 1892, but the Borchards pistol of 1893 was the first automatic with the separate magazine in a grip. So you have also observed this type of gun in movies and serials, where from the down portion the magazine can be removed and can be inserted. And this remained the definite feature of the breed. More automatic came in a rapid succession, including Browning Luger, Mauser and Colt models. So variety of models were there. By the turn of the century, just 8 years after Leumann, automatic were firmly established. So after 19, the historical firearm period concluded and contemporary period begins. So after that, we have also observed the variety of handguns are there with variety of feature, design, colors and all. So according to that, variety of flintlock, wheel lock, matchlock, and many more shotguns were there. After revolver, and then the last we have observed, that is our main pistol, or it is the simple handgun. So that was about the all evolution of firearm and gun. Thank you for watching, and in the next video we'll come with the detailed structure of each and every part of the gun, and then we'll learn in detail about them. Thank you very much.